The first week of 2020 pre-season testing is over. We've seen fresh liveries, new driver lineups, and some impressive innovations. So what clues did it offer for the coming season? Mercedes look very, very good. Aside from an electrical problem in the closing stages of day 2, the new W11 has run trouble-free, clocking up more laps than any other car, 494 in total. Only 3 other teams broke the 400-lap barrier in week 1: Red Bull, Alfa Romeo and McLaren. The Silver Arrows also shocked their rivals with the introduction of an innovative new system, dual axis steering, or DAS, where the driver can pull and push the steering wheel to affect the angle of the front wheels, potentially reducing tyre wear and increasing top speed. Many on the grid were impressed.
It's a very clever way of doing it.
I loved seeing that, and hats off to them.
I don't know who is the guy that had that idea, but I hope he gets a money bonus or something.
They've been dominant this whole turbo era, yet they are still the ones pushing everyone else.
Mercedes set the pace too. Though most teams aren't really chasing performance at this stage, their flying laps on day 3 on the soft compound laid down a marker to their rivals. Valtteri Bottas posted the only sub-1 minute 16-second lap of the test so far, with 6-time world champion Lewis Hamilton completing a speedy 1-2 for the team in the final session. It's difficult to measure pace at such an early stage, with teams on different testing strategies, tyres and fuel loads. But with 8 of the top 10 fastest laps being set on the soft compound, Mercedes look quick by comparison. Red Bull have also brought some innovations to Barcelona. They've made changes to the front end and the position of their steering rack, creating 2 separate bulkheads, described by some technical experts as groundbreaking, and have also made some clever changes to the airflow direction at the rear. Although the team didn't exactly light up the leaderboards, Max Verstappen clocked 168 laps on day 1, the most any driver managed in a single day. So they won't be lacking in data to analyse before the second test, and many suspect there is more to come. Racing Point look to have upped their game with the new RP20, with commentators noting many similarities with the 2019 championship-winning Mercedes. The early signs are very encouraging, so much so that they look like they're among the top 3, with Sergio Perez second fastest on day 2 and Lance Stroll finishing P4 on the final day. They certainly seem to be ahead of Ferrari. The prancing horse is on the back foot. They currently look 4th fastest at best, with team principal Mattia Binotto admitting he's not as optimistic as he was at this point last year, saying that they might not be in a position to challenge until later in the season.
I've seen certainly Mercedes and Red Bull very fast in these first days, but I think we will assess the true performance only next week or in Australia.
However, he did say they've changed their approach to testing and have yet to chase performance, so don't write them off just yet. Data suggests that they have improved their cornering speed, which means they've added downforce and so will be slower on the straights. It remains to be seen if the compromise has been worth it. And Sebastian Vettel missed the first day of testing due to illness, so the team also lost out on some valuable early feedback from the 4-time world champion. Ferrari weren't alone in having a less than ideal opening test. There were only 2 crashes during the week, and both belonged to Haas. Günther Steiner's face was a picture as first Romain Grosjean got it wrong on day 2, and then Kevin Magnussen clipped a curb on the final day, the resulting puncture sending him sliding through the gravel. One positive for the US outfit was their straight line performance, with the VF20 reaching a top speed, with DRS, of just over 330 km per hour, the fastest of any car in the test. The new Renault is a radical change from its predecessor, with the nose of the RS20 particularly noticeable. Their test has been disjointed though, with Daniel Ricciardo stopping on track on Friday afternoon and later overcooking it at the chicane and spinning. The returning Esteban Ocon fared a little better, setting the 3rd fastest time on day 3 as he seeks to cement his place on the grid. There's a real optimism at Williams this year, demonstrated by George Russell's eagerness to be first out onto the Catalunya circuit. There will be no magical rise up the order, but but they are showing signs that they could well have hauled themselves back into contention. They racked up a healthy lap count, and while the speed wasn't brilliant, and rookie Nicholas Latifi lost some time with a stoppage on day 3, there was plenty of data to be analysed. They certainly look like they're on the front foot again. What a difference a year makes. McLaren have had some pretty awful pre-season tests in recent years, but this was certainly not one of them. 4th place last year, the Woking outfit completed their extensive programme with ease, displaying strong reliability. Carlos Sainz and Lando Norris developed a good feeling with the car as the test went on, and it's believed they both feel the MCL 35 is a very good step forward compared to last year's car. The Alfa Romeo C39 is a little more of an enigma. The team did some low fuel runs, which is why Kimi Raikkonen was able to top the timing sheets on day 2. And they'll have accumulated a reasonable amount of data from their 424 laps over week 1, but the jury remains out on where they sit. And what of the Alpha Tauri? Early signs are positive for the former Toro Rosso team, who are pleased with the engine gains Honda have delivered, and they've made good progress this week, but there's still a lot of potential they need to unlock from the car, through the hands of Daniel Kvyat and Pierre Gasly. With so little data, it's hard for us to glean too much from the first test. Week 2 will see new parts and upgrades, and teams switching more to performance runs, so we should get a better idea of the spread of the field and some more clues as to who could be on top in Melbourne and everywhere else in 2020.